Hey everybody, how's it going tonight? Welcome on in. Welcome to the channel. In case you didn't know and have stumbled here by accident, this is WagWorksGA. I'm Jeff. You can also call me Wags. And we're here to do some art tonight. One second, let me get a sip of this coffee. So yeah, we're here to do art tonight. I am half of a creative team with my wife, Ashley. That's the G and the A. It's Jeff with a G. But anyway, I'm half of a creative team. We do kids comics together. So Ashley is our writer, I'm our artist. Although sometimes we kind of swerve into each other's lanes. Yeah, and so you'll see sometimes here on the channel me working on some short form comics. We do like fun short comics for kids grades kindergarten through 5th grade with a little bit of educational content. That's called Core Toons. We create that with some creator friends. Sometimes I'm working on those. Sometimes I'm working on more middle grade type projects. We actually just had a story in an anthology project with our creator community of Kids Comics Unite. That actually just got funded on Kickstarter. The campaign just closed this last weekend. So we have a comic in there that'll be, I think the books will be printed and delivered to backers in October. And also I do video game fan art, which is what we'll be working on tonight. I'm a big fan of the Games Done Quick channel here on Twitch, who, as you may know, they do several charity fundraisers over the course of the year to raise money for awesome causes. The summer's one that's coming up is for Doctors Without Borders, and they accept art and prizes for their marathon events. So I'm working on a piece that I'll be submitting as one of their prizes. I've done a few of these now, and I've been really excited to be able to be a part of it all. So that's what we'll be doing tonight. Yeah, so I guess we'll move on to announcements. First things first, Let's Go, a kids comic. Just in time. Hey Frank, what's up? How you doing tonight? Hope you're having a good one so far. So yeah, the campaign is now officially closed. You might still be able to back it if you want to. But yeah, Let's Go, a kids comics anthology. The campaign officially ended Sunday, and we met our highest stretch goal. So the project is back. The books are happening. Your girlfriend called you mean names, Frank. What happened? Hey Fallen, how's it going? Oh, good to see you. Don't listen to it. But I thought I was supposed to always listen to Frank. Right, Frank? She said, don't make me punch you. And then well, did you fail to not make her punch you? That's the question. One second. Kid monitor over here. No, that's not. Hold on. Just a moment. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. I'm in charge of buying you out-of-state tickets? The only way we can afford to go is being residents. Are you guys planning to come to Florida anytime soon? Because if you do, we should hang out. That would be the plan. Us old folk gotta stick together, right, Frank? No, just kidding. Nice. Ooh, I mean, that also is a great option if you can do it. I mean, if you're gonna be rich, why not just do both? So you have a plan, okay. I thought there was more forthcoming, but while we're doing all that, And apparently camping in my backyard is fun. Guys, I don't know how to break it to you. We don't have a backyard. So that part of the plan maybe don't etch that one in stone just yet. Rude. But anyway, yeah, our Kickstarter closed. The whole KCU community is really excited. Books are happening. I think we're aiming for like having them printed and delivered to backers by like sometime this fall, so September, October-ish. That's still, date's not finalized yet, but that's what we're looking at. Pitch a tent in our living room then. Oh man. I gotta say the banter, I'm enjoying it. It's good times. Okay, was there anything else about KCU? I think that's about it on that front. Just that everyone's excited. I do think I'm gonna try to do more interview type streams. If any of you, I know Frank and Fallen, you were here, you saw them. If any of you saw some of the streams I've done over the last month where I've gotten to talk to some other creators and even draw with some, that's gonna continue. Get the 8. Why did I not see that coming? I should have seen it coming, and I didn't, and I only have myself to blame, honestly. Yeah, stretch goals, Kickstarter. Core Toons is, we're about to launch our summer preview issue to kind of unveil our new format, which is really exciting, and we're getting ready to kind of roll into it with the start of the next school year. So that's going pretty awesome. We're very excited. Thanks, Frank. There, Grandpa. Yeah, and there are some rumblings for another anthology type project coming up within like a subset of the KCU community. It won't be quite as big as what we did with Let's Go, but there's something happening. So I'll keep you guys updated as that continues. Good seeing you, Fallen. Have fun. She won't invite you to yeah. Did you not agree to behave yourself? He knows he's in. It's nice to see Frank is just like this with everybody. Cantankerous, is that the word I'm looking for? Alright, I guess I should get started on warm-up. Something like that. I came here to draw or something like that. Maybe. Possibly. Yes, warm up, Jeff. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, but first, I need to be still and make funny faces for YouTube thumbnails. So give me an emotion, and I will do it. Stop spreading. I will take it all with a grain of salt, Fallen. My daughter did challenge me to do like ditto face. Delirious. Oh, how do I do delirious? Man, you are not easy on the improv activities. All right. That's what I got. I don't think it's the best, but it'll work. It's delirious enough. Apparently, I'm told I don't stand still quite long enough to capture good faces on stream. If you've seen our YouTube channel, Ashley does pick good thumbnails, funny faces. Continuing, I actually started that tradition. That was scary. You scared Fallen away. I did. Shame. All right, warm up. Gonna use these guys, as we all know. Pokemon cards. I have pre-picked 5 tonight, which are these ones. I'm gonna randomly pick one. That's gonna be our 5-minute warm-up. Pick you a card first. All right. Will you abide by whatever card? I will warn you, Magikarp is back in the deck, since I don't believe I drew Magikarp last time. So I will discard and pick a new one if that's the one that we get for you, since I know I challenged you with that one before. But wait, did we do Ducklet last time? I'll give you Ducklet. Well, you don't have it. I didn't draw it for you. I just remembered that I had before. All right, what do we got for me? I don't know why I reshuffled. Or you can also pick this one. I'm gonna do Oshawott for me, and you can also pick Oshawott if you want. It's up to you. Ducklet or Oshawott. Frankie's choice. I'm gonna pull up a reference while I switch over to art mode. Beep. Okay, Ducklet. You know, it did seem familiar. Let me take a look. Hold on. What I need to do is get a spreadsheet of every Pokemon, cross out off everyone I've already done, and then have a macro that will automatically pick or randomly pick one, and keep doing it until I get one that I haven't done. Oshawott, Oshawott. It seemed familiar, but I don't... I haven't done Oshawott, actually. Amazingly. I thought I had, but no. Nope. No, I was trying to think if it was one that was in my Sinnoh picnic, but it's not a Sinnoh Pokemon. It's Unova. No. We have yet to do it. But thanks for looking out. All right, so reference is here. Name is here. Name, that is the weight, right? Yeah. Yep. That's good. I'm gonna label my layers. Gonna open my timer, because, you know, apparently doing it in advance is cheating. All right, so here's the deal with warm-up. It's gonna be just a quick little 5-minute exercise. Really I'm doing it just for myself to loosen up after sitting in front of a computer not drawing all day, to get myself in the art mind frame to draw, to loosen up the arm, all that good stuff. So I forgot that you did a warm-up command. Thank you, Frank. I like that you even added the tagging on Instagram. That's well done, sir. Well done. Yeah, well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. All right, 5 minutes. Here we go. Pick a color that is not black. That's my preference for warm-up. Actually, I'm gonna flip it. So, kind of my usual spiel. If you have watched before, you know that I like to draw sleeping Pokemon for my warm-up, because 1, it's cute. 2, it limits me so I don't spend forever deciding what I'm going to draw. That body's a little bit big, so I'm going to shrink that. And 3, I've already started kind of a collection of them, so I kind of just enjoy the idea of doing that. So that's what's happening here. I'm starting with a really big brush because I'm not interested in doing details. And by using a large brush size, it prevents me from really being able to do too many details. Give it like a little smile, maybe. You know, I just realized drawing this, like Oshawott's always been one of my favorites, especially just in terms of starters. And I just realized how much like a Moogle it looks. And I'm like, oh, well, that explains a lot. Did give it eyebrows. I know the official art does not have it. So what I am doing here is going to draw it floating in the water. Which, you know, obviously. In a sketch, it's a little bit harder to tell, but actually what I'll do is do a smaller brush size. Just to kind of denote that's underwater. So Frank, how's your week been, man? Maybe have this little part sticking out. So the arms are mostly underwater, but then just like the tips of the hands are. I'm warming up, don't interrupt me, okay? Alright, gotcha. Actually, the eyelid would be even lower. In which case the eyebrows seem kind of off, although I like to use them for expressiveness purposes. Okay, not bad. Just doing a little bit of cleanup on the sketch portion here. So the tail, I could have the tail kind of trailing it behind it, but I feel like in this case we'll just leave the tail, assuming it was, well, I can put it off to the side maybe, so you can thinly see it through the water off to the side. I feel weird drawing it between the legs. So there's kind of the tail going on there. Under the water, and it's got the little dots. So then just to make it clearer, these are underwater. Part of the reason I really want to make sure the sketch is clear is because if I always want this to come out being like a starting point if I ever want to come back to it. Okay, that's timer. That's 5 minutes. I'm gonna do pencils down. But yeah, if I ever want to come back to it, I want it to be at a place where I can really pick it back up. And if I liked the idea, I'd like it to be in a place where I can just pick it up and run with it. Okay, you're warmed up. Now I can interrupt you. I am just gonna very, very briefly here increase this. There we go. Okay, that's it. For real, pencils down. What was that? I was just asking how your week's been. How you been? What you been doing? Warm-ups. It's funny you mentioned, because I thought, for a second, I thought that I'd drawn Oshawott as well, but I do not have any record of it. What is today, the 29th? Wow. Wow. It would also make a good beach towel, yeah. Oh, yeah, I haven't told you guys about that yet. I did not say I was going to punch Frank. Don't believe him.
Sorry, did I spoil your surprise? I didn't mean to.
Oh, no, it's okay. I was going to bring it up anyway. Frank and Fallon said they're going to come to Florida and camp out in our living room. Originally it was backyard, but I told them we don't have a backyard.
We have a courtyard.
Oh, the courtyard would work. Okay.
Or the front yard, they can hang with Gary.
Yeah, there's not really much room for a tent on the front, though. I don't know. Ashley said you could camp in the front yard, and you could hang with Gary, who is our resident gator. He's a small one, though, so he's little. They're very cute at that age, honestly. When they start getting like 3 to 4, which is when they start getting 3 to 4 feet long, that's when it starts getting less comfortable. Frank says, yay, Ashley gave us permission, so just know that this happened. Okay. Cool. Okay, saving. Okay, so that brings us to today's main piece that we're working on. This one, which I have a lot of draw over on right now, and I have it there for a reason. You discorded the ducklet. Oh, let's go check it out. I will definitely show your ducklet. I mean, honestly, ducklet falls right into your wheelhouse as a waterfowl expert. What am I doing? Yes, that's right. There we go. Frank and Friends. All right, 1 second. My weekly battle with OBS. Don't mind me. This is just how it goes. Frank Cord. Resizing. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. There we go. I think it came out pretty good. I like that it's doing a very friendly wave. Is that like... I imagine it's doing like a friendly wave at Goose, and Goose is responding with like a certain gesture that is less friendly. His head looks squishy. I don't know. I think it looks... Maybe, I mean, plushy, possibly. Fallon said Minnesota is weird. Wait, they don't play Duck Duck Goose? So this is funny to me. This is like, I grew up in Wisconsin, and we had Duck Duck Goose, but what did they play instead of Duck Duck Goose? Or am I just literally supposed to guess? They replace... Any guesses, Ash? They replaced goose with something.
No,
Moose?
duck, die.
Is it a moose?
Oh, moose. That makes sense.
Duck, duck, moose? I don't think they actually have moose in Minnesota, but it's another bird.
Toonie? Duck, duck.
Duck, duck, loony? Loon, it's a loon, right?
Yeah, loon.
Duck, duck, loon.
Swan?
Ooh, swan, that would be one.
It seems too fancy.
This isn't Canada. That's good, but not it. Is it... the answer? Okay, yeah, I got nothing.
Ostrich?
Ostrich. The answer is duck. It's duck, duck, and another duck.
Oh, he's going for it.
Oh, gray duck. Oh, I get it. I was impatient.
Duck, gray,
I...
Good.
Say goodnight to Ashley, everyone. I've never heard of duck, duck, gray duck. Maybe during my time growing up there, they hadn't, advanced the game that far. So I have a question. In Minnesota, do they have like a what's the vibe about Wisconsin, I guess is my question. Because in Wisconsin, everyone's like, they're like, oh, Minnesota, we're better than Minnesota. And I always assumed it was a two-sided rivalry. But, oh, is it football season? Yeah, fair. Some of my friends from school, they went on to college at UW-Madison. And this is what they told me, so take it with a grain of salt. It could be made up, but I believe they actually were Bucky the Badger. They were the mascot, and they said that they actually switched costumes with Goldie the Gopher during the thing. So it was like some cross-team collaboration and rivalry. Okay, otherwise we're friends. That's fine. Yeah, I gotta say, there was having a perceived rivalry in Wisconsin. As I've gotten older, I've definitely come to recognize Minnesota is pretty awesome in its own right. They provide the cheese at our state fair. That we do. Also, a good amount of sausage and beer. Those are the big things in Wisconsin. You're an honorary Minnesotan, so Actus, Wisconsin. Oh, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Where's that ban button? No, I'm just kidding. All right, I should probably. It is. I like it. It was a good place to grow up. Guess how long a train ride to Minnesota from New Mexico is. Just not during football season. Fair. Don't even, yeah, I do get the whole Packers Vikings thing is, yeah, it's serious business. As a Minnesotan, I have to hate them. Fair. I still, I guess I've come around to where if I'm watching football, which isn't as much these days as it used to be, and the Vikings are on, I can respect them as NFC North solidarity, I guess. Yeah. It's all good. So train ride from Minnesota to New Mexico. I mean, you got to be talking days. At least a couple of days with like a train schedule and stops. I'm going to say 2.5 days is my guess. That's probably not exact, but that's my ballpark. 4 days. Whoa. Probably still faster than bus, I would guess. I would guess. Here, I'm going to bring this over. It goes to California, then Washington State, then Minnesota. Oh. There's nothing that heads east first? Like, my only... I'm trying to think of why that geographically makes sense. There's nothing that... I know there was a line that used to go... at least into Texas, I thought, like south, like more I-10 corridor, and then came up the East Coast. Though you'd have to have something that goes across the middle. Maybe there's not that much that goes north-south across the middle. Oof. Why would it take him along the West Coast? That's crazy. Oh, so like maybe they do like a circle route and it's more direct. They go from Minnesota to New Mexico and then complete the loop on the way back. That could be it. I wish trains were easier and more common in America. Like that would be cool to travel by rail a bit more. When we lived in DC area, we used to take the train up to catch it at Baltimore and head up to New York sometimes. And that was awesome. Like it was so convenient. Just getting to like a 3-hour ride, it wasn't bad at all. And with tolls driving up on 95, like it was not the most not horribly more expensive anyway. Like and yeah, just getting to ride up and like get out at like Penn Station, I think it was. We got off at. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then you're just right there. Yeah, I really enjoy train travel as well. I haven't done like a sleeper car situation or anything yet, but someday perhaps that would be fun. Okay, so I've got this piece open, by the way, and I had a thought. It happens every now and then. So for our Sonic piece, we had it printed, instead of doing like a canvas or something like that, we had it printed as a blanket. And so it was like this, because it was like that Mushroom Hills zone but the fall side of it. So it's kind of that cozy fall vibe. And we actually got it shipped here first to make sure we could check it out, that it was good quality before we donated it. And it was great. And so we're like, okay, non-standard printing is actually pretty awesome and can be cool. So for this one, because it's Summer Games Done Quick, and because this is a beach scene, we're going to do a beach towel. We found some good custom beach towel printing places, and it's not too expensive, actually. So I'm actually going to take this and resize it to fit the beach towel proportions, at least. A 600 DPI, I'm probably not going to make, because the beach towel is like 30 by 60. I don't think I'm going to do a 600 DPI 30 by 60. That would probably kill my computer. But doing some, maybe half of that, 15 by 30, which would actually be a slight reduction, because I think I'm 16 by 20 right now. So 15 by, well, no, it might be roughly the same, maybe a little bigger even. But that's the plan. So Ashley also gave me a few notes that I was going to incorporate, but I'm just going to do it kind of all at once. Also, I wanted to see, did I even put time lapse on for this? I did. Yay. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to save a copy of it. Real quick. And then I'm going to adjust fix that, reopen it. Okay. Sorry, Frank. I was not ignoring you. Um, yeah, Ash, print is usually 300 DPI. I like to do extra so that it prints really well, like the quality is good, especially if I'm doing half size at 600, then that would be, about the same as doing full size at 300. But yeah, especially for what is the preferred DPI for a towel? This is not something that I've heard often. But like it's a custom thing that would do like photo prints too, so probably something like that. Go back to someone has to be the voice of reason. Um, all right, well let's just play with this. Okay. All right, what I can do is I will resize things once I edit the canvas size. All right. Oh, this is, because I included an extra bleed area. So this is 20 by 24. AI says 300 DPI. Yeah, that's kind of the standard. A lot of what I hear for like traditional publishing print is 300 is acceptable. Some publishers are asking for 600, and some will actually do a thing where they want your colors at 600, but all of your lines they want at like 1200. So there's kind of a wide range on the DPI thing. Okay, this might, if I do this, okay, I want to try a different window. Untitled comic number 5. Wait, did you post it? Did I finish my coffee? I finished my coffee. Switching to water. You're making the draft? That's awesome. Wait. Is this issue number 5 of the Untitled comic, or is this a 5th Untitled comic? I should probably ask. Because I don't always understand things so good, you know? Alright. What happens if I do... Nope. It will do it. Okay, cool. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the image resolution and canvas size settings in Clip Studio. 5th Untitled comic series. What is it about? And also, what is the status of Loosey Goosey Zine, or just Frank Zine? I have a lot of questions. All right. I'm gonna try just doing it at... Hold on. Okay, maybe I have to do this in 2 steps. So I'm going to first change canvas size, because that handles the stretching of the image. And I'm okay, width is going to be 60. Okay, 30. Okay. This is it's gonna chug for a second. Hopefully you can all hear me. There we go. All right. Look at that. Look at that beach towel. Okay. I think it's pretty much ready to ship, guys. We got it. Nailed it. But then not to destroy my computer and create like a gigantic, ridiculous file, I am going to change the resolution to 300 DPI. I feel like it's just not going to work otherwise. Still hanging in there? Okay. I think we got it. Yep, that is just a single image. So now I can do okay. So I do want some of the ocean still. And I definitely want the windfish egg. Okay, I think this is about what I would want. It's about pets. So Loosey Goosey is in creative drought, right? Is that the one that you've entirely put on Fallen to write? Clip Studio is thinking right now. Yes. She's like, she gave the idea. Okay, so she actually over delivered if you think about it, right? She did give you a new single comic. She gave you a whole series of new comics. I don't know why I've just started shuffling my Pokemon cards. I'm gonna put them down so I stop fidgeting. Okay, so I think Clip Studio is done. All right. So now I'm gonna kind of realign all this because I want to make sure I'm paying attention to where my center line is, which is right here. Move these guys. These were for kind of taking a look at where things lined up in terms of when I was looking at canvas wrap print type situation, making sure that I had like some buffer zone. All right, so here's about thirds. Just for my own personal reference for composition. Easy enough. I don't actually need the grid on. That's just kind of distracting. Okay. Okay, so what I can do is first things first, Link and Marin. I need to turn off snapping is what I need to do. All right. They need to be a little more centered. Yes, Frank? So I like that. That's good. Now, this tree was a little bit wonky. Yep. Oh. All right. Yeah, I like that there. You need me to just write a million comics for you to draw. But I'm not a writer. Didn't you listen to my whole spiel at the beginning? Or I mean alternately, I can write them and then you know what you're gonna end up getting is just like a million comics that are like the loosey goosey one that you had me give feedback on about the fan mail where it was a picture of a literal fan. That's the quality you're gonna get from me. If you're okay with that, then we can work with it. But I make no promises. They can't all be that good. Like that. It's the exact same tree. Why is it so hard to get it centered the same? Okay. So if I do it like this, then I can actually have kind of the island wrap around so you've got ocean at the edges. I think that looks pretty cool. So I think this is going to work. I'm excited. Can you see it? Can you see my excitement? Can you see it? Can you see my excitement? I'm excited. All right. We're going to figure this out together, Frank. We're going to figure out... Why am I grabbing Pokemon cards? It has nothing to do... This is not the way. We're terrible. 0 out of 10. All right, so is Goose still in their gamer arc? He's still a gamer. Okay. Wait, you already did a draft of one? What are you recruiting people to write your comics for when you got your own? No, just kidding. It's always good to collaborate. It's fun. He's slaughtering a ton of innocent people for 3 panels. That might be a little intense. But what you could do with that though is have it where it's like you see like the back of his head with the headset and whatever, and so you see that it's happening in a game and you're getting his commentary where he's like getting really into it doing that. And then like the 4th panel is just like Lucy standing off on the side mortified. Like any kind of thing where you're adding an outside reaction for context, I think. Kind of juxtaposing like you know, people get into games and they can be like this, but like to someone who's either not into it or on the outside, it can seem different. I feel like that might be that juxtaposition is where the humor might happen. I don't know, just a thought. All right, so these lines are not actually. I can just clear out these inks. I think that's fine. I have them backed up, so yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I've adjusted the positioning now, so it's a little more casual conversation on the log. That was one of Ashley's big notes. And then I've also adjusted the trees so the one doesn't look like it's falling over. There's better symmetry. Okay, so what I need to do now is go back to pencils, turn off draw over for now. It's still pretty tiny for this canvas size. What are we at, 60? Yeah, that seems right. Okay. Maybe. I mean, I guess I could just have the island kind of stretching out. But I might want to expand the background actually then. Or the mid, yeah, that background layer, have the trees and stuff extend to the outside edge of those palm trees. I think if you're doing the gamer arc, also there's humor in, or there's a certain level of identifiability in adding there where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna play one more round. Oh, maybe just one more. Or, oh, now my friend just came online, so I'm gonna play a quick game with them, and then have it like be like, you know, unwittingly Goose has stayed up till daylight playing. Oh wow, that was tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay. So, you know, what's funny is doing mostly like kidlit or, you know, comics for kids and stuff like that. There's not as much of that on Twitch. And I noticed that when I was first getting started. But in the last like few weeks, I was surprised to realize that Brian Lee O'Malley, who is the creator for like the Scott Pilgrim graphic novels, he's on Twitch. And he had a sizable following, so I'm assuming he's been around for at least a minute, you know? So that was really cool to discover. Almost done with the rough draft for this comic. Cool. Wait, are we going to get comic sharing time? Excellent. Maybe something like that. I'm trying to figure out what I want this island to be shaped like. Clip Studio, you with me? Just a moment. Clip is thinking. I think it's good. Woohoo! Rough draft sharing time. I don't know what I'm doing. Huh. Clip is still thinking, and that's okay. this song. You're probably not getting any music right now, are you? Frank, can you hear any music right now? Because I just realized I don't think when I split out my audio, and I don't think I ever added it to the scene. It's in some of my scenes. Oh my gosh. You told me since 2 weeks ago. I did not pick up on what you were telling me somehow, so thanks for telling me. Sorry I missed it. Can you hear music now? Is that there? Well, at least I got it for this song, which is absolutely one of my favorites. Okay. Okay. A little lower? Okay. Okay. Sorry. Oh, that's such a dad joke. Oh, goodness. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. It's fine. This is me at 11 o'clock. Keep streams in high demand. That's right. Man, I was so sad when I went to my dashboard today. Because after doing like the extra streams for the interviews and stuff, I had like 3 of the 4 categories for affiliate checked. I'm like, oh, but I stopped the extra one, so now I'm back down under the 7 streams in the last month. So like, oh, I'm down to 2 now. That's okay. That's okay. It's all good. I'm just happy to be here. But I do need to look at a better what? Oh, I used the wrong select tool. That's why that was taking forever. Hello? There we go. Maybe something like this. Actually, I probably want it to be more gradual. And like the grass can be here, and maybe there's some foliage there. Something like that. I think that works. At this point, it's essentially extending the thumbnail. It's not even really pencils. I don't know. I still keep on, I know I keep saying it, like, oh, I'm gonna do silent streams one of these days when I'm just like chilling out on the sofa watching TV and drawing. But I just need to do it. Make the plan and actually make it happen. Okay, I think we've at least arrived back at a pretty comfortable thumbnail, so that'll work. Add some stuff, clean up this a little bit. I guess I'd say even comfortable pencils. I've got, you know, it's a little bit rough where I've added stuff in, but how hard can it be to make a bunch of decisions? I'm sure I'll be great at that. Or as they say in Dogman, oh boy, this is gonna be great. I've got my references in here. Now, you know, I realized something. I have my sub view here. This is what my sub view is for. Did I have an alternate? Yeah, something like that. I do like those crepuscular rays. Those are pretty nice. But I'm actually going to go for a little less of the ominous stormy and a little more of the beachy type vibe here. So, gosh, maybe even like get rid of some of these cloud layers here. You're not in the back. What is it in my thumbnails? No? Sky. It's in the sky pencils. We'll go figure. That makes sense. Okay. So this one has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if I do one more ring around the mountain, then yeah, something like that will work. Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited about this. We're at pencils. Pencils look good. Okay. I'm gonna bring this back. Add my draw over, which I'll have to do I need to repencil it? Probably to get the details in there. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take a quick break, hit the bathroom. So I will, instead of going to my be right back screen, I'm gonna try something different. Look at me go. Yeah, quick break time. I'll be back in like 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm gonna leave it right here. Just gonna mute the mic, and yeah, I will see you guys in 2 or 3 minutes. All right, I'm back. I hope you all had a nice break. I am recharged. All right. So Frank, if you're listening, when you're back, I have a comic to pitch to you, a loosey goosey. All right. So let's first get this kind of figured out. I'm going to turn off pencils. Get my reference here. Okay, welcome back, Frank. So, I might have a loosey goosey comic to pitch to you, if you're ready, and it kind of depends on how ambitious you're feeling. Okay. You're a fan of Calvin and Hobbes, right? So I was thinking, what if you did kind of a loosey-goosey take on one of their, like their sledding comics, right? Where they're heading down the hill. Except like you have Goose, like, I don't know, maybe they've got like a wagon or a tandem bike or something like that. And, you know, Goose is like, hey, let's go for a ride together. And he starts going, and like they start heading down a hill. And so they could be having a conversation about, you know, some profound, deep topic. I don't know. Maybe Goose is talking about, like, you know, what's morally, like, the concept of being morally gray or in between. But then, like, as they're going, you start noticing, like, farmers market scenery. And, like, so as they're, like, zipping down the hill they're going through a farmer's market, like, running into people. Goose is, like, grabbing stuff from the tables as they zip by. Yeah, that's kind of as far as I got with the concept. It just kind of that's what came to me during the break time. But I was like, it might be kind of funny. Do pencils first. Let's get a link. All right. So that's a thought. Like, it is written. So it is written, so it shall be. I think it would be a lot of fun, especially with like the homage to Bill Watterson and adding Goose's unique personality to it. Okay, so I had to remind myself what my style was for this one. This is the problem with not having a perfectly set style and like kind of changing it up a little bit. Is that I have to remind myself which style I chose to draw in. Okay, the other thing is I do need to make sure. Oh, that's what I need to fix. She is not clearly talking to him in this one. Even in the draw over. I need to fix that. Okie dokie. That's that's the wrong layer, Jeff. Cool. There we go. make this a little bit bigger. So yeah, I guess with the comic idea, I was thinking it maybe is a little more ambitious because it's definitely, I think it would require a few more panels at least to kind of fully get there. But you could probably still fit it, you know, with like maybe a 6 or 7 panel. I thought this was a Prince cover. I was like, what? I know this song, but I did not expect this to be on Game Shops. Yeah, like a full page one. I think that's perfect. Okay. Yeah, I think that would work really well as a full page one, and I think it'd just be kind of, you know, fun and give more chance to just like see Goose's both like mischievousness and also kind of cleverness. Man, the other day when we were watching Andor, I was sitting on the couch. I actually just took a second to like go back and like look at my hand and do a sketch of my hand because I noticed like it felt like hands were getting weird when I was trying to draw them again. I'm like, what happened? Am I forgetting how to draw them? So I had to do like a little bit of a study to sort of refresh myself. I feel like maybe it helped a little, but do you ever get that? Like where it's like, did I forget how to draw? So here's where the belt would be. Kind of bags out there. Here's kind of the boot. Okay. Like start season 2 or start the whole thing? I thought you'd at least seen season 1. Oh, you haven't touched any. Oh man. But you've seen Rogue One, right? Okay. I tell you what, like Skeleton Crew was great. I really enjoyed Ahsoka, but Andor is like exceptional. I feel like we're not through season 2 yet. I mean, obviously, if you've seen Rogue One, you kind of know where things are gonna go. And that's why you're not pushing yourself to watch it. Yeah, but they do such a good job getting there. And it's cool getting to see like Mon Mothma and her journey, especially I feel like, oh my gosh, this is a character that was in the very first Star Wars movie that I saw, right? And getting to see some of that, and yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. So I recommend it. Ashley and I have both really been enjoying watching Andor. We loved the first season, and the second season has not been a letdown. I think the only bummer about it was that it was supposed to originally be 5 seasons, is what I'd heard, and they cut it down to 2. So there's only season 2. Which is a bummer because it's so good. I'm like, I want this. And you can see because they do some time skips in season 2. And I'm like, I want to know what happened in between. Like, I can see things have really changed, and I would have loved to have seen them changing a bit more slowly. It was really, really good. It's, yeah, highly recommend. Then we also started, like the kids and I started watching Rebels, which I hadn't seen. Speaking of Ahsoka. So that's been cool too, to finally get a feel for like where all that started. I mean, I only saw like the first 3 seasons of Clone Wars as well, so I have a lot of animated Star Wars to catch up on. How far? We're like 2 episodes in. Like we just started. Okay, this kind of works. Reasonable pencils so far. Oh my gosh! That is exactly what I said to the kids within the first like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, so Ezra is basically Star Wars Aladdin. Like, that's incredible. That was my exact wording. Do I like Canada? So far, yeah. I mean, I think for me, as a fan of the Jedi in general, he's already got a very strong vote in favor for him. So it's just like with, oh my gosh, what was Jude Law's character's name in Skeleton Crew? How did I forget this already? Jor? What was it? Like Jod. Yeah. Just when there was like that little bit of like question about Jod and like, oh, is he? Like that was like I was like, okay, I'm willing to assume the best about your character. Awesome. It was just that simple. So I think already because Kenan has that, because he's a Jedi and has that kind of whole vibe to him, like it's, I don't know, I'm so far in favor. Right. Link's hair needs to be, oop, that is not, there we go. That is part of what I think has been wonky about this. No, not all of it, just, well, yeah. Nope. I think here. Actually, wait. Yeah, no, the hat too. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how much of this I want to move down and by how much. Because I've been looking at this, I'm like, okay, well, something's not right with the hair. Like, I've made Link look a bit older, and he's supposed to have this like cute younger chibi style thing. Yeah, Jod was real good as a character. They, in my opinion, they wrote him so well. And the way they played with like the tension and uncertainty about his character, while still having so many characters on the show directly. Sorry, hold on a second. Spoilers for Skeleton Crew, so you may want to skip the next minute or two if you're watching this and don't want to be spoiled on that show any further than we've already done it. Yeah, the way that they had like so many characters be like, yeah, he's a bad guy, don't trust him, over and over again. So many people, so many characters in the show said it, but like the way they set him up was you're always like, oh, but maybe he's good, maybe he's a good guy. Yeah, I bet he's secretly good. And then like they're like, nope. Exactly. Like there has not been a lot of characters in any media where I felt that much pull to want to believe in a character, even though everything is like screaming, no, don't trust this character. That was something that was really well done. I think that's what made him such a great bad guy too, is like you were pulling for him and you wanted to, and then when he's just like crossed the line so clearly, you're like, oh, and it kind of was that big hit. I think there may be some messaging about listening to trusted people when they give you advice. Yeah, there maybe was a little bit of that in there. I think you're right. I think you're right. It's true. Okay. The kids listen to their parents and stuff, even though the kids defy their parents in the show. But okay, spoiler time over. Spoiler time is over. Spoiler time is over. Spoiler time is over. I don't know if someone's watching it on repeat or can read my lips when I say that, but we'll just assume that's clear. But yeah, what I will say is, especially if you get into Andor, especially in the second season, Andor is really good at finding ways to just slowly ratchet up the tension in every scene and overall, to where like you realize by the time you're like halfway into the episode, you're like, why am I like leaning forward? Like, why am I like clenching my jaw? It's because like things just keep on amping up, and there's so much in a lot of the scenes, especially the ones on Coruscant. There's so much like nuance to what all the characters are doing. It's like they do such a good job depicting it. I'm like, I could never be in circles like that. I can't do all the constant like coded talk and like tiny nuances and formalities and like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I think that's fine. Something like that. Actually, her hair. I have since a young age enjoyed drawing dramatically over spiky hair on my characters. It's a serious problem and shows no sign of abating. Finish the rough draft. Oh, are you saying you're ready to share? Okay, this is coming along okay. This is all right. This is fine. So actually cut out like that and then have the hair kind of resting on her shoulders. If I wanted it to be a little bit longer, put it in the Discord. Which cord? Discord. Sorry. Sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Nope. That's not the way that selection should work. There we go. Just avoid those tangents. Silence Gramps. How can I be Gramps if I'm making dad jokes? Pfft. That's not gonna delete what I want to do. You made an art channel. You made a whole channel for it. Sweet. Whoa, sick. Bro, that's totally cool. The new art zone. Oh, so this is Untitled Comic number 5. All right. Are you ready for me to share? Is this what you wish? Okay. Just adjusting the sizing on the window. Don't mind me. Okay. Here we have it. It looks good. It looks good. It actually reminds me, because it uses it, it reminds me of one of the pieces of advice that I'd heard for characterizing in comics. Just a moment. Just gotta deal with the bots. Oh, those bots. You know what they say. Every now and then I have my day. Yeah, so the advice is one of the things to do to get readers behind a character in the early pages of a book is like there's actually a list of things. Amongst that list is showing them being wronged in some way. And I think that's exactly what you do here. It's one of the good ways to really help get the readers behind your character. Like the full list was something like you need to show that they're good at something. You need to show them show them something, doing something like kind for others. I mean, that is one way to do it, but show that they're intelligent. Yeah, show that they're like intelligent or they're good at something. Show them being wronged. Those were kind of the two things. So you set up the idea where, like, you give an admirable trait that people can be like, okay, that's awesome. I like that about this character, And then you also show that something unfair happens, so you're already like, oh man, I feel bad. I'm rooting for this person for something to be resolved. I would have to go back to one of my intensive class notes to kind of get the last bit of it, but those were the I think two of the big points from it. I want to say there were three things, but I'm failing to remember the third. Exactly. He's smart. I think maybe it is like helping somebody, right? Or showing kindness, or maybe show them liking something or somebody. It's something like that. But yeah, like he shows kindness, he does something, and then, clearly is wronged before he goes and, does crimes. But yeah, I mean, it really is. I would be shocked if Aladdin was not an inspiration for Ezra in some way, because it's so on point as an analogy. Does that make canon Genie? Maybe. Also, dog emotions are hard. They are. I mean, yeah, so I've done some pet portraits and stuff. Obviously, you're not doing as much emotions there, but you just got to use like the eyebrows and the mouth shape. You have to exaggerate to give that little bit of the human edges so you can show them a little expression. But yeah, your eyebrows are your biggest, and body posture too. Do you ever just look at Lily and like try to draw whatever expression she's making? Oh, the ears. Yeah, that is a big one. Ears, tail. And then, yeah, eye shape and eyebrows. Like, I think what's interesting is realizing just how much eyebrows dictate expression, especially in like comics, when you're trying to do a fairly not super detailed. It's like harder to do nuance unless you're doing a more really realistic style. You tend to have a lot more simplified forms, so the eyebrows do so much. The eyebrows do so much lifting. Sorry. You're trying to get her to stand so you can use it as a reference for panel 3, but she just went to bed instead. And then watch, you're going to do one where the dog is sleeping and she's just going to be super active constantly. But this looks good. I like it. It's coming along well. I think you've got like the very clear hook where we're behind the main character. I'm assuming the dog is the main character, or at least we're going to be following the dog for a time here. And then you've got a clear something that's an end to this little vignette, but at the same time it makes you want to read more. Say like, oh well, what happens after this? What's there's still the dog's problem hasn't been resolved. I wanna see what happens. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this looks good. I think, and for a rough draft, this is really, it conveys the message really well. I mean, I'd almost call this pencils, honestly. I mean, I can see maybe there's like a little bit of like cylindrical body on the dog, but honestly, it looks really good. I could not tell looking at it that you had any trouble doing it. It didn't grab my attention as like standing out as awkward or anything. So I think it's pretty good, honestly. What? Oh, also, I wanted to say you did a really good job changing the camera in every panel. And your perspective looks good, too. That's Ashley. But yeah, the museum one. Oh man, I love that one. That panel is one of my favorite panels that I've drawn. Oh, for real? Oh, that was pretty early on. Yeah, that was cuz I started that one on my birthday while we were traveling in Maryland, like for one of our big long trips. That was the trip where we went out west actually. But only after I had meetings at the NWS offices in Maryland. So yeah, that was after, that was because that was based on a literal experience at the Smithsonian, an actual experience that with Ashley and the kids, and yeah, that's right. So yeah, that would have been September of 23. Coming up on that streamiversary. We're just about a month away, actually. I bet if I'm gonna unveil new stuff, I need to actually start making new stuff. Oh crud. Oh man, what am I doing? Oh, I just totally went. Yeah, no, Jeff, stop. Okay, there we go. I got it. I clicked away and then didn't realize I hadn't turned off the. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, July. So I'll probably do. I'm thinking it's my 2-year streamiversary, so I'll probably do a 2 days of streams. I mean, they may just be 2-hour long streams. I can't guarantee a real streamathon, but like a mini streamathon. You're gonna go fund me an Elgato Stream Deck so I can just pull scenes instantly. I mean, to be fair, I could just actually use hotkeys, like a smart person, in OBS. I was trying to look at if there's any streaming software that has a little better integration with Discord. Since I'm looking to do some more of the interview type stuff, I'm trying to figure out like how do I do like is there anything that can pull the Discord directly into OBS instead of me just doing a capture? Is there any way I can catch people's individual, like if I'm having more than one person, can I have their individual streams? I was really proud of those. Thank you. Yeah. This is like literally this background I would have made about this time 2 years ago. And yeah, I could see it could use some love and some updating. I have some ideas. My other thing is that I never really like I went with something simple, roughly inspired by like the some of the plaid designs you see like in the character costumes for like Kingdom Hearts 3, because I thought that was semi-recent at the time, and I really loved those the actual costumes for the characters. But I haven't decided like what is my brand, like what colors should I use for a theme to tie everything together. Like I just kind of put off making those decisions so I could just start streaming. It is actually, yeah, there is an element of the Sega Genesis games cases as well. I should note that because I was a Genesis kid too, which is probably another factor in there that went into that. But yeah, so I got decisions to make and a little bit of stuff to pull together. Although the good news is the KCU interview scenes didn't take too long to make. Once I knew what I wanted to do, that was pretty easy. So I'm getting some ideas for what I want to do along those lines. And yeah, I definitely like doing those. I'm like, oh, I've come a long way and I can design better. Oh yeah, well, I think it's good for now. Well, the campaign is over, officially over. I don't think we've turned off. Like, I think we can accept. I think we're accepting late pledges right now. Let me take a look. Yeah. Oh, holy moly. Yeah, we definitely have jumped in backers since the project closed. Yeah, it's still open. You can still back the project right now. You can still late pledge. So it says, like, if you go to the page now, it says this project successfully funded on May 25th. But you can still late pledge for available rewards. So people can get in. Yeah, we've had a few extra come in since we last, since I looked on Sunday. Maybe it was like late Saturday that I actually last looked at it. But holy cow, 257 backers. That is... I know I've said it like in every interview that we've done, but I am still blown away by the support this got. Like, we didn't know what to expect. We were just hoping to get the book funded. So it's really exciting to see that it's gone so far. And they're figuring out, because we met the biggest stretch goal, which was for, if we met $9,000, there was planned for a Comic-Con presence. I can't remember exactly what the wording was. Let me look at the stretch goals real quick. A panel okay, so it's kind of, there's still a lot up in the air because we don't control everything, but there has been an application, I heard, for a panel at San Diego Comic-Con. Ashley and I will not be there if that happens, because it's just, travel's not easy for us right now with health stuff. We have to do some travel for my work and family reasons and stuff. We'll be doing a little bit this summer, but we can't do a whole lot. So like, I can't make Comic-Con if we do a panel, but I'll be excited to see how it goes for everybody. If it's not accepted, they may put it off to another year. They may do other cons. So they're still looking. Hey Daisy, how's it going? Oh, thanks, Frank. I definitely appreciate it. I don't ever want to be like pressuring people or shaking people down, but I appreciate it. And it's a really good, like, I'm excited for the book. We have an advanced reader copy that they shared with us to have us check over like all of our stuff for errors and all of that. And so getting to see a little bit of it for like all the comics, like, it's really good. I'm excited for the book. Well, it sounds like your day is largely over, but I hope you had a good day, Daisy. Yes. So, well, Casey, not Casey. Well, I think there will be, from what I understand, some of our folks are more experienced with Kickstarter and crowdfunding, and what they're saying is that there will be like a questionnaire we send to backers, probably within a couple of weeks, and it will have a couple of questions like, where do we mail your book, and also it'll be if you want your name in the book as a thank you, and I think that maybe what you want it to be listed as. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because they won't be able to send your book if they don't, if you don't give them a place to send it to. We're using a fulfillment service. It says like White Squirrel. I think it's White Squirrel. So I don't think there needs to be any concern about like, we're not just like a bunch of us like They're not just sending your address to a bunch of random people to like get the book shipped. It's an actual fulfillment service that we're using. You better get a thank you for all. It'll be in the acknowledgements. We're thanking all the backers in the acknowledgements. They did not give individual creators room for acknowledgements and thank yous, but I will publicly thank you here for your assistance and edits and suggestions on how to differentiate the fantasy world versus real world scenes. Yeah, there will be, but your name, in theory, the plan is that the names of the backers who wish to have their names included will be in the book, but there will be an opt-out chance. Your Telltale Walking Dead credits. And you! No, like the names of the backers who wish to be named will be in there. Not just thanks to all our backers. Well, Daisy, if you're still here, thanks for stopping by, and good night, and I hope you have a good night's rest. I mean, all the same, if you're not here, just you won't hear it. That's all. There, that's better. And then one of the biggest things to actually note is like, why does it not look like she's talking to Link? Like, why is she not looking at him? So that's fixed, I think. You gave $1 million to the project. You better get some kind of equity. Oh my gosh! Tell you what, if we had raised $1 million on this, I think collectively all of our heads would have exploded. So maybe it's better and safer that you did if you didn't, but actually, Frank, I was gonna say, have you joined Kids Comics Unite? And would you consider yourself a kid artist? Like, would you say, because your stuff is, you don't go past young adult in terms of your what you would fit for a genre. You haven't joined or not? Okay. I was just curious. It's so time to start your rated R series. Yeah, so Kids Comics Unite, like there's kind of like, there is also a premium like membership, like studio, where you pay and then you get extra like webinars and access to all the recordings of every webinar they've ever done. But there's lots of seminars and a really good community for Kids Comics Unite itself. And that's totally free to join. If you're interested in, looking for ways to get like insight and information from people who do comics, and a lot of, professionally, a lot of them, it's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. And I think you'd fit in well there if you wish to do it, but no pressure. For the grand price of free. I say this because Kids Comics Unite has been like a huge influence for us. Like we're doing a lot with SCBWI, which is the Society for Children's Book Writers and Illustrators, and we're still members there, I believe. And they do a lot of good stuff. They have a lot of webinars, but also there are dues for that and all that. And at the time, they didn't have as much offerings for people working in graphic novels, which we had kind of realized, like, we had a book that didn't fit, so we went into it, and then we're like, okay, this is what we want to be doing. I think because graphic novels have expanded so much, they are likely doing a lot more for it now. But we've been just so happy with the KCU community that we haven't been as active with the SCBWI. Let me tell them you sent me so you get your kickback. No kickback involved. It's a really good community. We've been part of it for, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years now, something like that. Yeah, and that's how we met our Core Toons crew. That's how I met one of the critique groups that I'm in now, that is actually kind of launching this effort for a new, they're calling it low-key anthology. Anyway, it's a good group. Awesome people. It's been really exciting to get to know them all better, like, over the course. Like, the interviews were a great way to learn about people, but also working with them on the anthology project. There's room for everybody, Frank. You don't have to get rid of me to take my place. There's room for us all. Yep. Hand may seem a little bit big. Not the fingers either, just the... Scooch that on back there. Okay, we got that. What was that accent even? What was that? Okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Frank. I am actually at a point where I should probably wrap up. It is midnight here on the East Coast of the United States of America. Therefore, it is time for me to scamper off into the night. Yes, very good. Okay, so we got it resized. I've filled in the gaps around the edges now that it is in fact towel sized, and I now have adjusted the character poses for Ashley's notes, and I'm almost done with repenciling. No sleep. So it's time to hop over to just chatting to round things out. Yay! There we go. I don't know why, so it's all like screaming. I just switched to this scene of like, ah! That's a terrible idea. Why would you do this, Jeff? Yeah. Frank, do you have any announcements for tonight? Frank, 20-hour interview when? That's like, well, I doubt that I can make it 24 hours at this point, or 20 hours straight on a stream, especially since, 2 children would make it hard. Hey, chat, have you met Frank? But yes to an interview if you want to do it. So remember to write into WagWorks requesting pinning it. Hey kids, remember to write into WagWorks and request your favorite goose artist. What can we do? Well, we have a comic to finish on Magma, first and foremost. I haven't forgotten. What we can do. You didn't ask me a question. You were, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be good. Do you want to be a goose sock puppet in the interview, or do you want to be Frank? Just be yourself. How do you wish to be represented? I know you don't use camera when you stream, so I wasn't sure if that was because you prefer not to be on camera or if that's just your setup. It's totally up to you, and I can work with kind of, you know, whatever you're looking for. Yes. It's because Fallen is hunting you down and you can't. Wait a minute. I thought she said I'm not supposed to let you spread lies about her. Although you have been very well behaved. I can vouch for you there. Just Jeff remembers to look at the camera. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I've got Too lazy for camera. That's fine. It's really whatever you're comfortable with. How do I do it? I was thinking like, okay, I have V802 and it just needs a microphone it cues off of sound to operate the puppet. So how could I feed Discord audio into a puppet? But then I was thinking also, I know VTube Studio is supposed to have an OBS plugin. Just have to ask Rye to show you again. Okay, yeah, if you can get info on that, we could get that set up. That would be pretty fun. I would love to interview as a goose sock puppet. Yeah, I know VTube Studio has OBS plugin, so I'm wondering if that has to do anything to do with it. But it's also how you collect the audio. But you can bring in, I could capture the Discord audio here in OBS as an audio source. And if VTube Studio will take an OBS audio source, that could work. Because I don't think V802 does. I think V802 wants an actual system microphone. I'm opening it up to take a look real quick while we're talking about it. Sorry, the technical side, I love figuring out how to do this kind of stuff. We're trying to. And sometimes I have to remind myself that other people have done it and I need to lean on them and not just reinvent the wheel. Oftentimes in a much jankier way. Because they've had longer time to do it. Don't you know? That's cool. Yeah, if you ask Rye, just let me know. Microphone settings. Yeah, it wants actual microphone devices. Okay. No worries. Figure it all out. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we should do it. I will do it. We'll do the interview. We'll do Goose Sock Puppet. Once we figure out how to do that, we will do Magma. That sounds fun. I'm on eventually. I want to do it sooner, like within the next couple of months, probably would be my time frame. I just want to make sure I finish this GDQ piece. The submission for art is like June 29th or 30th, but if I'm going to get it printed and possibly shipped to us to check out and then send it to GDQ in Minnesota, then it's going to take a little time. Oh, copy and paste the browser source. Yeah. That would be awesome to do. Okay. Oh, I wonder. All right. Yes, I'm actually capable of doing that, so that would work. Okay. All right. Let's talk on the Discord and figure it out at some point. Trying to. I still have to consolidate. I would when you gave me the link for your Discord, I opened it in my browser, which started like it shows us, but it also shows it as an unclaimed account, so it's not attached to the actual account that I do Discord on. So I think I need to join your Discord from my actual Ashley and I's actual account and do that. We'll figure it out. It's just need to do it. Like so many things. All you have to do is do the thing. That's it. It's easy. You did send me a message on Discord. Chat, Frank's message to me was, and I quote, "You are old." I like that because your name is not Frank. It says wave to not Frank. Okay, that sounds perfect. Yeah, let's do it that way. All right, everybody. So it is time for me to wrap up here. My usual stream time is Thursdays, 10 p.m. So you can expect to find me here next Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Of course I sent that GIF. Yeah. Hello, fellow kids. Why not? Schedule is right there. Thank you, Frank. You can find Ashley and I on whatever socials we're on, which is mainly Instagram and YouTube and here on Twitch as WagWorksGA. That is consistent everywhere. You can also check out our website at wagworksga.com. But yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. If you've been here lurking, I appreciate you. Frank, always fun to hang out. If you are watching the VOD on Twitch and on YouTube, thank you so much for your support. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're able to leave a comment, feel free to do that. Let me know what you thought. Drop a like, subscribe, follow, whichever is appropriate and you feel like doing. I appreciate all of the support. And yeah, there's still time to back the Let's Go, a kids comics anthology produced by the Kids Comics Unite group. The campaign is officially closed, but you can still make a late pledge for any available rewards if you want to get that book. It's a great collection of books for readers of all ages, kind of focused towards middle grade, but really kind of safe content for any age. So middle grade, by the way, being ages 9 through 12. that's it. Yeah, if I do actually remember to plan to do an actual quiet stream, like one of these evenings, I will try to post something over on our Instagram so you can see that there. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Oh, I like that update. Nice work, Frank. Looks good. Yeah, otherwise that's it, guys. Frank, hope you have a good night. We'll talk later about getting things set up for the interview, and yeah, that's it. Everyone, have a great night. Have a great week. Thank you for joining, and and I forgot to load my stream. One of these days, I'm gonna remember it. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.